All right. Here we go. Find the value of P, Q, and R. Woo! For the function P cosine QX plus R. Right. Given those 3 points. Okay. Now, your normal thought process. What would you think? Where would you start? What do you want to do? You want to plug it in. Okay, here's where I started too. I started plugging it in, so I made 3 different equations. Okay, so you can try the equation method. So for point A, it would be -2 is equal to P cosine -7x plus R. And then you would get -4 is equal to P cosine -x plus R, -1x plus R. There's the 1. And then for the last one, you're going to get -2 equals P cosine 5x plus R. Oh, I'm sorry. That's Q's. Those are all Q's. I'm sorry. Yes, you're right. I meant to put Q's there instead. Sorry about that. Okay. So we have 3 variables and 3 unknowns. What do you think next? Eliminate? What can you eliminate? Yeah, because it's not like ax squared plus bx plus c. We got cosine now. Get over here. Yeah. Let me pause this video real quick. So, spinning my wheels with this for the longest time because I was thinking, okay, this is just another systems equation. But this one has cosine in it, so to solve for cosine, you have to worry about the inverse and stuff like that, right? So then I thought to myself, what if I just graphed it? What if I just graphed it and I saw what was happening, right? So, I mean, when you get to this point, if you're spinning your wheels on this one, I couldn't figure out how to solve it as a system. So, instead, scratch that idea. Let's graph this puppy. Here we go. Right? Yeah. All right. A is -7 and 2. Let me get rid of all this. Delete, because I need more room. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, -7, and 1, 2 is like here-ish. Yay? -1, -4, 1, 2, 3, 4 is right here. Let me pause this again. Woohoo! Okay, sorry. This point needs to be whoa. Okay, so scratch that point. Here we go. It should be right here at -2. Sorry about that. So, yep, and then 5, -2. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-ish. Yeah, and then this. Okay, we know it's cosine, so it takes the shape. True? Okay. Now what do you think? I do gotta shift it? Do I? We gotta figure out shifts. That's right. Actually, do we need a shift? First of all, what type of shift do we need? Because all we need is P, Q, and R. What does P stand for? The amplitude. To find how tall it is, right? So P, yeah, P is the amplitude, right? The amplitude is the distance from the high to the low. 2. How do we do that, you may ask? High minus the low and divide by 2. You're good to go. Does that actually you add the high and the low and divide by 2? Right? Yeah. So to find the amplitude, it's the high number. So -2 plus the low number, -4, and divide by 2. Split it in half. What's the amp? It's at 3. Well, is it 3? No. Did I mess up? Yeah, so subtract. Subtract. High minus low divided by 2. Should be, wait a minute. Because we know the high part is -2. No, you're right. We agree that it's going through -3, right? So the answer for the amplitude is 1. Because the difference between 3 and 2, sorry, is just 1. No, from the middle, from the middle. Amplitude is from the middle, so yeah, so it's like from the center, so however above and however below should be the same no matter what. Yay? Yay, so how are we going to get 1? -2 plus, no, -2 minus 4, yeah. Wait, that's right. -2 minus -4 is 2, divided by 2 is 1, right? Okay, so we are almost there. Yeah, so it'd be the top minus the bottom divided by 2. That's where we get the 1 from. Okay? Okay. All right. Let's go with Q. What does Q stand for? Yeah. Keyword. Period. Yeah. To find the period. Let me go back to here. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. So what you missed, ladies, was the P was the amp, right? To find the amp, it's the high minus the low divided by 2 to find that halfway point. And then the difference between -2 to the middle and -4 to the middle is just 1. The period, this is 1 period, correct? So from here to here is 1 period. Yay? How long is that? It's 12. So to find the period, it's 2 pi divided by q is equal to 12. Yay? So to solve for q, bless you, multiply by q and then divide by 12. So 2 pi divided by 12 is equal to q, which is pi over, yeah. So there's q. P is 1. Got that? All right. Down, not 4. Not down 4. Where's the middle? 3. It's 3. The middle. Always go with the middle because we don't know if this graph was compressed or not. So always go with the center, right? The center is at -3. That means your R was a -3 because you had to drop that center down by 3. This is a good time. R is 3 because usually cosine is centered at 0, right? So you'd have a 1 to -1 here. 0 is the center. Well, the center shifted down by 3. So that's why R is -3. Do you believe? Yeah? Okay. Person sitting in front or behind you is your partner today. Turn to that person. I'm so glad you're here. Oh, yeah. Okay. Here we go. Yes, love. Question. Which one? Oh yeah, divided by the length. Yep. Yay? Because the period was 12, right? To find the period of cosine is 2 pi divided by b, which in this case is q. Now the only thing we didn't take into account is the shift horizontally. Do we need that to find p, q, and r? No. Heavens no. Heavens no. The lesson of the day, p is the amp, q is the period, and r is the vertical horizontal shift. That's all you needed. Yeah? Okay. All right. Here we go. There was, I think, a typo in your practice for today because when I graphed it, it did not look like cosine, or it did not look like sine. So in number 3, let me zoom out. So here's your practice, right? So for number 3, when I graphed it, the shape was not sine. So we're going to go ahead and go with cosine for this one. Okay. And then kind of like scratched my head when it came to lateral length for a review of sectors and arc length. I'm going to go ahead and say arc length for lateral length. Okay? So for lateral length, just pretend that says arc length because we did talk about it if there was one. And when I Googled it, I couldn't find the lateral length of a sector. It didn't make any sense. So those are the only 2 typos. With your partner, Here we go. You're going to turn your desks and face each other. You got 7-ish questions to work on, so probably around, let's shoot for 3 o'clock. After 3 o'clock, we'll go over it, then review your test. We're good to go? Yeah? Okay. Go ahead and face your partners.